Hello. Uh, as per the brochure, we will start our first session of today from 10:30 a.m. So, good morning, all. So, it's with a great delight that I welcome each and every one of you to the second day of our 3 day seminar on the National Education Policy. Today, we start with a rather interesting topic that is using blue grants to develop the educational hubs in India. We know that especially after the Union Budget of 2021, the interest in the subject has skyrocketed. And especially for that, we have some very talented dignitaries to present the topic for us. As the chair of the session, we have on another hand Dr. Ashutosh Sharma, the secretary to the Department of Science and Technology. Uh, Under his leadership, several new programs have been started related to the infrastructure and human capacity building, innovation and startup, R&D in advanced manufacturing, waste processing, etc., and many more. He has received his PhDs from the State University of New York at Buffalo, his MS from the Pennsylvania State University, and B.Tech from IIT Kanpur. His research contributions are highly interdisciplinary, and he has over 350 peer-reviewed papers and filed over 15 patents and given over 150 invited or keynote conference presentations. And he has received numerous honors and awards, the inaugural Infosys Prize in Engineering and Computer Science, to Science Prize of the World Academy of Sciences, to name a few. And he's an elected fellow of the Indian National Science Academy, the Indian Academy of Sciences, the National Academy of Sciences, the World Academy of Sciences, and so on. And as expert, we have the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Bharatiya University, Coimbatore, Professor Dr. P. Kalidas. He's a biochemist and an immunotechnologist with specialization certifications from USA, Indonesia, and Sweden. He was the Vice Chancellor of Anna University. He recently received J.C. Bose Memorial Award for his contributions in the field of science. He has over 92 publications in journals and 70 works in conference proceedings. He has completed over 19 research projects funded by various agencies. Under his directions, the Bharatiya University has achieved 13th rank in universities category and 21st in overall category by NIR, and stepped into global rankings of Shanghai and Times Higher Education. So it's such a privilege to welcome you to present today's session, sir. Over to you, sir, Professor Dr. P. Kalidas.
What about Dr. Sharma? Is he joining?
No, sir, he just informed us that he has become a little busy, so he won't be joining us.
Will you be joining later?
No, I don't think he will join in this session.
But at least you just record it and send it to him because it is a message that I would like to record how the universities are going to be in education policy 2020
Yes, sir,
and
sure.
how we can form the education hub and what will be the role of the universities in various aspects. So
Sure, sir, we will send the
so
recording.
happy that Matha College of Technology has come forward to sensitize the people in National Education Policy 2020. As if there is a lot of confusion going on about the implementation of National Education Policy, whether we can adopt all the components or we have to adopt the components which will be suitable for your environment, your university, your state, and all. So today, I'm going to talk about the fantastic blue grant which has been introduced by government of India and trying to glue the educational institutions. One important thing is most of the time the bigger grant, it goes to the centrally funded national institutes like IIT, IIScs and all, where the number of faculty members are less, and number of stakeholders who are going to be benefited is minimal. But I would like to tell about the role of the educational institutions, especially the state universities and central universities, where you have a large number of faculty members from the university departments and affiliated colleges, and industry surrounded by that, and how collectively the university will be able to bring lot of development for the country. And they have selected, we are talking about Blue Grant for Developing Education Hub. I would like to tell my topic as a Blue Grant to develop Coimbatore Education Hub, because I'm going to tell Coimbatore Education Hub as a model. Because when you talk about something, I'm not going to talk about the policy. I'm going to talk about how one has to implement the policy. And I would like to give an example also. The example is Coimbatore, because Coimbatore is the education hub of Tamil Nadu. The Blue Grant, which was introduced as the first time in 2016, it has been introduced with a reference to large-scale collaborative project awards to enable consortia of multidisciplinary research teams to solve major medical and biomedical problems. And this has been introduced for making the scheme bridges the gap between the laboratory or field research and its application to clinical and policy outcomes. So now the Union Budget has announced this Blue Grant 2021 for the formation of education hub. The cities that have various research institutions, universities, and colleges supported by the government of India will be brought under a formal umbrella structure in order to smooth implementation of National Education Policy 2020. These institutes in a particular city or a particular region will have better synergy while retaining their autonomy. The example is Hyderabad Educational Hub. The proposal the government has introduced is to develop education hub in 9 such cities. Now, these are the 6 pilot cluster frameworks initiated by the government of India, one in Delhi, then Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Jodhpur, Bhubaneswar, and they are looking for a few more to make it as a pilot cluster to form the framework and also to make sure the bringing together of academia, industry, and stakeholders will be useful for making the educational policy better so that there will be a lot of output and the usefulness will be there. Now, I would like to talk about how an educational hub should be formed. I'm giving you the example of Coimbatore, where we have a lot of institutions. Why Coimbatore? Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu has got a lot of innovative institutions and industries in biomedical textiles, biomedical device manufacturing, biopharma products, herbal products, organic nutraceutical agriculture, academic institutes with the translational research, research institutions with creditable output. Now it will be possible for us to make a hub. It will be possible to have to generate the products, technology, and strengthening the research and development, and teaching the new knowledge from the research, multidisciplinary new programs, state of art of learning in disruptive reforms. We are in a stage that we have to go for the disruptive reform so that the education will be useful for the students who will be able to have job for a long time. Because the type of job that we are having it now, it is not going to be there after 3 years. So you have to make the education in such a way that it is disruptive and it will be multidisciplinary. Now, what are the advantages of having an educational hub in a city like Coimbatore? The Coimbatore region is having about 79 well-known engineering institutions, 71 arts and science institutions, 108 medical institutions, including the medical colleges, pharmacy, physiotherapy, etc. Then agriculture, women, healthcare, etc. So the people in Coimbatore, they are enterprising, and the Coimbatore has the record of the track record of research hub of high quality and advanced research. It has a medical hospitals of the world-class facility, information and communication technology hub, then unique institutions such as Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Forest College, Cotton Research Institute, and Sugarcane Breeding Research Institute. Now, if you just look into the Coimbatore Education Hub as a snapshot of who are all the partners from the academics, from the industry, and the other educational institutions. So we have in Coimbatore, we have Bharatiya University, which is ranked 818 in the World University Ranking of Times Higher Education, and in Indian category 19, NRF category 13. Then we have Anna University Coimbatore branch, that is our regional center, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Sardar Vallabhai Patel International School of Textiles and Management, and the well-known the Agnashlingam University for Women, Coimbatore. They are pioneering for the last several decades on food and nutrition. Then Amrita Viswa Vidyapeetham University, our government law college, Central Institute for Cotton Research, Sugarcane Breeding Institute, United Planters Association of Southern India, JSS College of Pharmacy, Ooty. These are the academic institutions. They are right now working with, collaborating with, or carrying out some research with the following hospitals and industries for having a better output of the education. So we also have the best college for the collaboration. That is, the colleges having NARF ranking less than 100. We have several colleges like PhD College of Technology, then PhD or Krishna Mall, PhD College of Arts and Science, then Krishna Arts College, Government Arts College, and so on. So these are the colleges. Right now they collaborate with the several industries and institutions in an unorganized manner. So it will be possible if you are just making it into an educational hub. So the partners, the healthcare partners who are right now working with these institutions, including Bharatiya University, like Ganga Hospital, then our ICM or institute like DCRC Pondicherry, then Covid Medical Center Hospital, Arvind Eye Care System, then Diagnostics, then Euro Cancer Center, NG Hospital, PAG Hospital, and Coimbatore Medical College hospitals. They are all partners with our educational institutions. So we also have the engineering and technology partners like Odisha, Co India, Tidal Park, Ford, then our Government College of Technology and UAE Park. We have the license sector partners, though they are not located in Bharat, means in the Coimbatore, they are all collaborating with institutions in Coimbatore like Bharatiya University and other academic institutions like Bharat Biotech, Bioline, then Tech City, Genotype, GVK Bio, etc. So other life science sectors include CCAMP, then Genotype, Campus Biotech, Illum Genome, then Avian Ayurveda, MedGenome. These are the institutions also collaborating with many academic institutions in Coimbatore and the nearby areas. And if you just look into agriculture and allied sector, we have a unique institution like Sure Group, and we have several other small institutes having the contribution for agriculture. Then I would like to proudly say that Coimbatore is the well-known place for the textile sector. So we have CITRA, the South India Textile Research Association, then NIFTY, then Center of Excellence by other academic institutions, Sardar Vallabhai Patel International School of Textiles, this one Fab, and many other academic institutions who are collaborating with the academic institutions in our region. So how we are going about to glue these academic institutions with industries and hospitals. So the Coimbatore Education Hub will be in a position to making all these sector to come together in an organized manner through this blue grant, which we are expecting in a huge amount, which will be able to strengthen the research support, strengthen the research between the academic institutions and the hospitals, academic institutions and the industries, academic institutions and the agro-based one, textile industries, and engineering and technology. And also we have the liberal arts. So we have the Coimbatore Educational Hub having the liberal arts of Kumaraguru College of Liberal Arts and few other academic institutions and engineering technology and textiles. So it will be possible for joining of all these academic institutions that I have mentioned in Coimbatore with these hospitals, this one industries, these textile industries and liberal arts to go for the multidisciplinary aspects of establishing the educational hub, which will be able to be useful for strengthening the research and academic capabilities. And if you just look into the outcome pillars of NEP 2020, unless we have the education hub, it is not possible to go for the dream of NEP 2020 for teaching, learning, relearning, and lifelong learning. Then the flexibility in the system, holistic and multidisciplinary this system, then creators of knowledge, then job providers rather than job promoters, then National Research Foundation, and academic bank of credits. All these outcome pillars are possible only when you are having the best possible education hub, like what the government would like to have. Now I would like to tell about the role of Bharatiya University. So we are in Coimbatore and we have the link with almost all the academic institutions over here. And most of our scientists, they are working with people. And here I would like to tell the government of India how they have to, how they have to give the importance to the state-funded universities. When the University Grants Commission has introduced BSR grant, and the first grant which was introduced by Department of Science and Technology, it has enhanced the research capability of the universities. If you just look into our Bharatiya University, we got 7 crores during the first phase of the first grant and 17 crores from DST, which was possible for us to get into the Clarivate Analytics India Research Excellence Award, the winner of this award. And 2 faculty from our university highly cited research by this one Clarivate Analytics. And the research excellence based on the limited, the grant from various funding agencies. This university was able to have 9,988 publications in the last 5 years, this one 5 years, and having the huge number of citations and the H index of 180. And this is a small example of how the university at present collaborating with some of the academic institutions in nearby Bharatiya University like Avinash Lingam and a few other universities and also several hospitals and the industries. Now if you are able to go for the blue grant of combining the effect of all the academic institutions and all the industries and also the end users who are interested to go for the research, it will be possible for us to enhance the capability of all the academic institutions in this particular region. And I know if you just look into a limited grant that we have received from DST and UGC and other institute, it was possible for us about 14 faculty members from our university. There are 2% scientists by Stanford University 2020, and it is not only from our university, even from our affiliated colleges. Bharatiya University is very much fortunate to have several affiliated colleges and autonomous institutions collaborating with us and working for the best possible thing for implementing the National Education Policy 2020 and what you have done for New Education Policy 2020. So with all these, capabilities and collaboration with the DRDO, then collaboration with other academic institutions like ICMR and all, it was possible for us to go for the startup very recently. We were able to have the herbal mask, and it is having the capability of automatic removal of viruses on the, wearables. So this has been proved, and a certificate has been, obtained from the competent authorities. Now it has been introduced in the market. And like that, many other academic institutions, they have the history of this kind of contribution in Coimbatore region. That will be enhanced once if you are able to get a glue ground with the Coimbatore Education Hub as a model. Then the university has got various other, centers for augmenting the research capabilities. And as I told you, subject-wise ranking of the top scientists by Stanford University, 14 of us, which is a large number in Indian universities. That is the one, Bharatiya University, which includes our affiliated colleges and autonomous institutions, which are the best possible thing in our country. Then how we are going to synchronize with the emerging global technology? Now the Industries 4 is the one which is an important component which has to be introduced for successful implementation of National Education Policy 2020. Now, the most outcome of the new education policy is to increase the employability potential of the people. How to do that? Even before the implementation of the new education policy, when the policy was in the draft form, the Bharatiya University were able to introduce most of the component of the education policy. In order to increase employability potential involve industries in curriculum design and curriculum delivery, 20% to 30% of our curriculum has been designed. It is for us as well as for our affiliated colleges. And matching the curriculum, we match the curriculum with the state of art industrial requirements like Industries 4 and Industries 5. Start from what skills industries expect from students through academic industry interface to carry out the reverse engineering. We have to map skills with the syllabus content, sequence the subject for making the education policy 2020, which will be meaningful. Now, I would like to tell this is a simple slide. All what I would like to say is our education has to match with industrial revolution. The first industrial revolution is the invention of steam engine, and second one is electricity, third one is the computer. Now we are industries 4, also known as the digital revolution. For this, we have to transform our curriculum and syllabi to match with the fourth industrial revolution. You might have seen the curriculum development from time to time. Unless the curriculum is matching with the industrial revolution, it will be failure. The type of job that you are going to have after 3 years or 5 years is entirely different. So we have to prepare our students. We have to prepare the strategies for which the industry, academic institutions, several academic institutions with various capabilities, they have to join together, they have to work together, and they have to share the academic experts and also to share the research outcome so that a student who has been admitted in a particular institution, they should be in a position to go to the other institute. The, the boy who has been admitted in Bharatiya University should be able to go to our Anna University Engineering College for taking a particular course of his interest, or to the Law University, or to the Liberal Arts, or to the Agriculture Institute. Such a flexibility has to be given for making the program successful. Now, we have introduced all these digital transformation components like Internet of Thinking and all these components in our curriculum and for the globalization. Now, we have also done the mapping of Industries 4 tools in the university program. The Industries 4 component is not belonging to the computer science alone. We introduced in various departments. Here you can see the industry introduction to Industry 4. This has been included in the syllabus of all the departments of Bharatiya University. and most of the affiliated institutions. Then big data and data analytics in several, yeah, this one, departments. Then Internet of Things, like environmental science and all. Then augmented reality, then artificial intelligence and robotic process in all the departments, including our history department, then economics department, the language department. And we have gone for the outcome-based education. We started last year, and this year we are sensitizing all the people in our university department and our affiliated institutions. And also we are going to give the leverage for the merging of most of the academic institutions in Bharatiya University and nearby area, that is the, you call it as a Coimbatore Educational Hub. The students who are joining in any one of the institutions in Coimbatore region will be able to get the best possible outcome-based education, as well as he'll be able to be useful for the society. Now, the emerging global disruptive technologies is very much important. Now, day, the modern day disruptive technologies that are making the pace of innovation faster, like 3D printing, 5G and improved connectivity, then artificial intelligence and machine learning, automation and robotics, and so on. So we have to prepare our students to face any challenges, whether he is a commerce students or mathematics students or those things. They are going to work for various kinds of companies and job in a disruptive manner. So we have to prepare our students with national education policy, where the government is giving the nice opportunity by the meaning of glue grant to link various academic institutions with industries, hospitals, and other places, so that the students will be benefited. By the time they complete the course, they should be able to go to an industries. So the outcome of education is the job. The job opportunity has to be there. For that, the skill development. Now, what are the good practices we have to adapt? The main thing is the IPR. The IPR has to be implemented by sensitizing the people at school level. And we should be also encouraging the students at UG level to understand the importance of startups, thus directing the focus towards entrepreneurship. Now, what is the scenario in India? Indian Research and Technology Institutes, they filed over 25,000 patents between 2009 to 2019, but only one-fifth of those were approved. Now, the next question is how many approved, patent has been commercialized? Very few. Unless a patent is commercialized, it is a paper, and nobody is going to be benefited. Education belongs to the society, and if the education has to reach the society, you need more patent, more startup, more industries, and it has to give economic benefit to the people. Now, what steps should be taken to improve the education? Acceleration of the translational research, clinical driven product development, then clinical validation, industry association, and so on. Then the most important thing that the NEP is emphasizing on is the translational research. Now, what is the translational research? Just I have given a slide from my own research work. A student, whether he is an art students or a, engineering students or a mathematics students or he is a medical student, the first one is a basic research. If you are having any innovation in the form of a product or process or any one of the things, it has to go for a lab model, then you have to validate, then you have to go for technology transfer up to the faculty members or the student who is going to be involved in the basic research. They have to take the research up to the product development, licensing, marketing, then post-marketing support and development. And this is very, very important. And it is going to happen unless the education is making the basic research into the commercial product. The education will not be useful and there will not be any economic growth. Now, in translational research, it should be product-oriented. Education should be there. So we have to sensitize the students right from the undergraduate level about the importance of the translational research. The translational research has to be a continuous process, intertwined in the curriculum, which is very important. The publications and citations patents alone are not sufficient. And it is more important now to go for the marketable products, prototypes, or the need of the hour. Now, currently, the career advancement scheme for many faculty members, whether it's a engineering college or arts college or any one of those things, is based on the research and the career advancement of the faculty. It is based on the publications, citations, patents. It has to be linked to with the development of products. Similar to academic performance index, importance has to be given for the career advancement, the product development index. Suppose if a faculty member is developing, if he has developed a single product, it should be able to equate with a large number of publications that is having it in the journals. In the curriculum, we have to include the creativity, ideation, conceptualization, design of new products, and development. Then assessment of students to be linked to stages of product development. This is very, very important. The day has come, people are going to question, this much of fund has been given to the academic institution. What is the output? So I would like to tell one important thing. It is my own research work. When the government was asking, what kind of contribution your research is having? So we have to go for developing our own small innovation into the product form that I have done. So we developed a rapid flow through viral antibody test kit. It is not a very highly sophisticated technology or something like that. In 2 minutes, you can identify the elephantiasis. And during the Founders Day of Department of Biotechnology, they were looking for a scientist who got a huge amount of grant. They were looking for a product. What is the output of the huge grant that you have given to many industries, many institutions? So I have been identified by DBT. I was, invited. Why don't we introduce your product in the market during the Founders Day of Department of Biotechnology? So that particular time, I was having a diagnostic kit which has been worked along with an industry, and we have licensed by Trade Controller, and the kit was so simple, and it was introduced in the market in 2007 by the Honorable Minister. So this rapid failure diagnostic kit that I have launched, this is a research work that I have done over a period of about 10 to 15 years. And it was launched in 2007. You know, it is in both Indian market and African market. So I'm very proudly saying, it is not a very sophisticated technology. I worked on various things. I developed 15 vaccine candidates. I developed a drug targets. But I feel the small diagnostic kit that I have given to the society is more meaningful for economical development. All the other things are for the development of the research and my academic capabilities. So I would like to tell the translational research is the one which is asked by the government, and they are introducing the startups, entrepreneurship, and the just by doing the paperwork or having the publications, it is not going to be useful. Now, in Bharatiya University, I am coming back to Bharatiya University, the product development. So another example, during the pandemic period, many people are working from home, and some of the faculty members and students, they were also working in the laboratory. So it was possible for few departments, the medical genetics and zoology department and few other departments joined together. They develop, it is a very simple product. I don't claim it is a very RT-PCR or something. It's an antiviral herbal infused banana fiber face mask, which has been cleared for its antiviral activity. And my secretary was asking, this is, the grant out of the RUSA. My secretary was asking, what is this big innovation? Why you are claiming it's a big innovation? I told, madam, even without vaccine, you will be able to survive. Even after taking the vaccine, you have to take this face mask. So the face mask is very popular now. A huge number of orders have come. It is in the modern now, in the market. Then the other one, our scientists have developed from BSMET and a few other people are the UV chamber. It is also from Computer Application Department and BSMET. The UV chamber, which is being marketed by a company, the brand name of Microcura. Again, this is a product which is going to be useful for if you are having this chamber. If you are going to your market, if you want to, your product that you have got it from the market is going to be free from virus. You keep it inside this chamber for few minutes. It will kill all the viral particles. If you are in your, this one, your university or your or this one department, you want to see the file, you want to be corona free or virus free, you keep your files inside the chamber for a few minutes. You'll be able to solve. It has been successful, and we are also going to patent these two products during this COVID pandemic period. There is a research work done by the people, and not only the people of Bharatiya University. There are several other academic institutions nearby Bharatiya University in Coimbatore region. They are all joining together for various other development. Very recently, 2 days back, we got Indo-Japan collaborative project to identify the post-COVID-19. It is a follow-up study on SARS-CoV-2 from the recovered patients. So like that, the universities and the other academic institutions, they have to join together for the continuous collaboration like that. We are having it here with various countries to conduct the research study. Because why we are talking about the research studies from various countries, the type of product we develop or something, it should be useful in other countries also. Then we also work with some of the industries. They are on day-to-day basis with us, like Ilun Beam of Coimbatore for biomedical and pharmaceutical related products. And research projects worth of 8 crores we got very recently from Tansky. And many people thought the government of Tamil Nadu will not be able to give a big grant. But the university has given 35 projects. All the 35 projects has been cleared by Tansky, government of Tamil Nadu. Very recently we got 8.7 crores. We have various departments which will be able to go for the multidisciplinary studies. We got a recently the government of India program like MSc Medical Biotechnology program, then MSc Cyber Security, and this is another example for Blue Grant. This is not a Blue Grant. This is some other grant. See, the government give grant by various means to attract the people. This is the establishment of National Healthcare Instrumentation Development Hub. This hub is in Anna University. Anna University is successfully doing it for the last 10 years. And Dr. Shankaran, who is, main director or coordinator of the program, he has taken it for the last 10 years. Now, he's looking for the satellite hub. So then we suggested, why don't we use our Bharatiya University as a satellite hub of linking clinicians, industries, faculty of Bharatiya University and other academic institutions for the development of healthcare products. And this proposal is going to Department of Science and Technology, and very recently it will be evaluated. So all what we need to say is, unless we join together, it is not possible to reach the destination in a short time. It took 15 years for me to develop one diagnostic kit. Now today, for developing the COVID vaccine, how many months they have taken? Because the technology has developed. Then the genomic research has developed. So it is possible for us to develop any product, either the vaccines or diagnostics or any one other product which is useful to the humankind in the shortest possible period. A single institute is not possible to show the progress. It has to join. We have joined with about 10 DRDO institutions. We got a huge amount of grant and a lot of output. Then we are going to join with Indian Council of Medical Research and many of the ICMR institutions. And already we are having the link with many educational institutions in Coimbatore. So we got a successful research. So unless we join together, it is not possible to go for having the product or education which is useful for the society. The Blue Grant is the medicine for combining all of us to form the educational hub, which would ensure the better coordination, resource sharing, collaboration for teaching and learning, collaboration for research and development, and good private and public universities in Coimbatore will collaborate and encourage partnership across institutions. What is the role of Bharatiya University? Bharatiya University will simply collide all resources and enable collaboration for teaching, learning, research, device manufacturing, and product development. Based on our track record, based on the success of our faculty members, based on the success of the faculty members of our affiliated colleges, autonomous institutions, private universities, our industries, our hospital, it will be possible for us to establish the educational hub. So this is an example to have an educational hub. Whether you are going to have it in Coimbatore or whether you are going to have it in any part of the country, it has to come like that. So this is a model for that. And best wishes for all the people and for the regional capabilities to reach global. So thank you very much, organizers. And I wish to take my message to Dr. Ashutosh Sharma. Tell him I am very particular. He should listen to that. With that promise, I am concluding. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was very helpful. I think there's some time for the open discussion. Anyone can ask any doubts to serve. Time for the open discussion. Anyone can ask any doubts to him. And if at all you have any network issues or anything, you can just type your question in the chat area and I will ask him that. Or if you're watching it from the YouTube, then just ask your question in the live chat and then I'll ask you. Or if at all, you can also ask in the WhatsApp group which we have formed out of the registered candidates. Whichever way you're okay with it, you can ask your question.
I could see many people are from our Bharatiya University.
Yeah.
It might be my view to my faculty members. We have our deans, we have our faculty members. We got a huge amount of grant very recently and submitted a large number of proposals during the pandemic period. And the pandemic period gave a lot of opportunity for our university to think differently, to go for the online education, then online examination, then online evaluation, and globalization. And the pandemic period has not hampered any of our progress. Okay, if there is no other questions, I wish you all the best.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to clarify a small aspect from our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. This is Dr. Rupa Gunasilan,
From Bharatiya
Director,
University.
School of Management.
Okay.
Sir, to bring in students' potential, innovative potential, and in caching the same through various possible means and methods is what we would like to take it over, sir. And we look forward for your kind inputs related to this particular aspect. How
Since
can
you
we
are
tap
Bharatiya
the
University
students' innovative
and
potential?
already you are involved in bringing the students together through our innovative programs, entrepreneurship development, and bringing the industries together with academic institutions, that will give the encouragement to the students, opportunity to the students have the exposure to the industry. And even if he is not doing anything in the industry, having the exposure itself will give the confidence to him. And the industry also will be supporting him. And also the industry will tell what they need. The most important thing is, what the industry needs from the students. And if the students are able to understand that, it will be possible for them. Definitely the industrial support. Then we have lot many, government agencies. They are putting like, apprenticeship training and so many things are there. And a lot of avenues are there. The institutes have to come together. Not a
Yes,
single
sir.
a single institute will not be able to reach the destination in time. It's not like 20 years to reach the destination. You have to reach the destination within 2 years or 3 years. For that, the academic institutions should join together, and that's why I told that Coimbatore is the best model. It's a education hub.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, you mentioned that student innovativeness and product development has to be linked with their credits. How will you implement this, sir? Could you please throw some light on this?
Again, questions from Bharatiya University only. They are just checking me.
Yes, sir.
We are already having one best model of our innovative programs developed in. I'll just give you an example. The BS Med, they have some of the innovators, startups they have started, and several others are going to start in other departments also, like nanotechnology and all those things. So that is giving the good link of the industries or the startups with the academicians, that is your faculty members and the students. And the student has the, liberty to make use of the industry environment in the university itself. And if necessary, they will be able to go there. And for all the program, including your own program, all the students have to be linked with one industry, either for internship or for training or for contact with as a industrial expert as a mentor. So that will definitely, giving the way for that.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Um, Bharatiya University play a vital role in collaborative research. In this line, why Bharatiya University has come?
Program in which you are one of the, faculty members, and you should encourage them to have their own laboratory here. So that is an innovative program. There, Dr. Ponpandian and a few other people are involved on that. Bring your industry. You will give the, support, if necessary, some funds also, and it will be possible. So it is all depending on the individual faculty members, and you are dean. You encourage more faculty members of your things, and we are here to support. Not only from our region, even you can take the people from Matha College of Technology.
Thank you.
If there anyone else who want to ask some questions, you can ask it now. Or if you want to give some feedback to him directly, you can use this opportunity as well.
You have 91
Yes,
members
sir.
participated. I
Yeah.
think 50% are from our Bharatiya University. Anyhow, you do one thing, you just record it,
Yes, yes,
put it in YouTube, and
yes.
sensitize the students to. I am very particular that you have to send it to Ashwit Sharma, and with your note that he has to listen to this.
Okay.
All these messages are for him, not for you.
Yes, sir. So, sir, Matthews Daniel is asking, just to clarify, is the 9 cities mentioned in the union budget, is it fixed? The 9 cities fixed? I think you mentioned Delhi, Bengaluru, Pune, Hyderabad, Jodhpur, and Bhubaneswar.
6 places they have started in a pilot study.
Just a pilot.
Just like when you are introducing the vaccine, you cannot straight away go to the human. You have to start with small animals, big animals, then human volunteers and all. Similarly, they have started. They have the Tirupati model. Then that University of Hyderabad model. So why don't you have several models, pilot studies, and prove that? So that's why I put Coimbatore Education Hub as a model.
Okay. So it's possible for others to uh, stake a claim for it, right? So okay, I think that's what is mentioned in question. So I think do we have any other question in the message? No, I don't think so. So I think we can wrap up. Okay. Uh, Professor V. Kaliraj has very beautifully taken this session and a quite different way, but very beautifully as well. And he made us understand the need for the VCs of the university and especially of the members of parliament and others to play their stake in this cities that the for the education hub rather than taking taking whatever they are giving for us. We should raise our voice to get to be heard. I think, and he quite vociferously said why Coimbatore should be one in that educational hubs, and he was very wonderfully presented many features, especially the thing where he said how the academic be related to the industrial needs. I think one of the main problems we face in India is unemployment and how the what we study is nothing related to what we experience in industry. And he wonderfully explained that in the film. Also, he said the intellectual property awareness in the curriculum that was very informative and innovative and visionary. And also the career advancement of the faculty. I think, yeah, he rightly said it is now purely based on the number of publications and journals and all that. He said that it should be linked to the development of products rather than the use, rather than just publishing a paper to develop the products that are useful to society. And we were also able to hear some wonderful news regarding his own works, and uh, we are very glad that you could produce something like this UV chamber and this antiviral herbal banana. All that. It's been a privilege hearing you, sir, and I think it's time for us to wrap up our session for today. Thank you very much, every one of you. And also, our next session will start on afternoon 2 p.m. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thanks to all. At least our Bharatiya University, faculty members, deans, it's the opportunity for them to understand my views. As such, most of the things have been prepared. I'd like to thank Dr. Shankaran and Dr. Devi for wonderfully compiled the matter for this particular program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. So, our next session will start at 2 p.m. We will meet you. Thank you.